Hello everybody, my name is David. I'm a life coach. This is part 3 of my question and answer videos. I'm answering people's questions from last week. I please encourage you to ask me any questions you want down in the description box. I'll answer it next week in the next Q&A video. If you missed part 1, I suggest go watch it. I recommend it's something to help you guys with stress and sleep, things like that. Okay, I have lots of questions. I didn't realize how many questions I have. I might have to make a part 4, which I don't like to do, but I don't want to rush through these either. So let's see how this goes. All right, Miranda, please tell me your locations. People, let me know where you are at. Locations, 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 locations. All right, why do I go through periods of being okay, then randomly upset again over my brief relationship with my ex-narcissist? Because we have emotions and we must process them, and if we don't, they stay open forever. That's why we need to understand what happened so we can close these emotions. Your memories, everything you remember in your life is emotionally charged experiences. The good ones, great. We recall them, and what do we do when we recall them? We feel them again. The good ones, great. The bad ones, not so great. They feel bad, right? And so if we've been in relationships with people that hurt us over time, then we haven't been processing emotions. That would be impossible. We stop our emotions. I don't like this feeling. I don't like anxiety. Cover it up. Maybe with addictions or something. Ignore it, right? Have sex or something. Date somebody else, blah, blah. Now you're doing it, right? Now you are trying to process your emotions maybe. But the bottom line is this means these are things that we need to work out. We need to process and understand, okay? I highly recommend doing this with a professional. Time, people say time heals, not this. Time along with all kinds of things helped, okay? But I know people that are still upset about things that happened 40 years ago. And that's the way emotions are. They will stay open forever if we don't close them. We have to get inside the emotion, open it up, get inside, right? And express it and close it. We can't shut it off and numb out. It doesn't work. They stay open forever. And that's why people like with borderline personality disorder or CPTSD, we have all these emotions in our adulthood. We don't know how to regulate them. They're on our page. We have tons of different emotions, okay? And it makes us feel unstable. We need to learn how to start processing these and closing them so we don't have so many emotions all the time. That's a clear indication that you need to heal more. That means understanding. Learn how to process emotions, okay? Something I teach my clients. That's very important. Thanks. And good luck, Miranda. Pammy from East Liverpool, Ohio. Hello. Want to realization of need to quit smoking marijuana. I've been away 4 weekends. How to stop when I like smoking. Well, we have to be absolutely committed to it. So it has to be something you want to do. Sounds like you're not ready. Sounds like you don't want to. Right? It's going to be pretty hard to do something we don't want to do like this, especially in addiction. But I'll give you some pointers on what to do with addictions. Let's be very clear on why we don't want to do it anymore. Write them all down, post them on your wall, and let's be very clear with why we want to stop. Something to look forward to our future. So let's be very clear with our past, and let's be very clear with our future, right? Why do I want to do this anymore and change, right? And why do I want to change and do this now, okay? And addictions become number 1 in our life. Number 1. You'll see mothers and fathers give up their own kids for their addictions. Number 1. That's why we can't have relationships with people that have big time addictions, okay? Once we realize we want it, we commit to it. We tell people. We invest in it. Classes, therapy, right? Alcoholics Anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous. I'm not even suggesting those. I'm just giving examples, okay? We commit to it big time. This is what I want more than anything. And this is what I'm going to do to invest in that. Good luck breaking addictions and keeping it a secret. That's not committed to it at all. I don't want to tell anybody. Well, we have best friends and lovers and children and stuff. These people need to know. Surrender. Commit to it and then invest in it. Another good thing is to totally change your environment so that nothing reminds you of this. Do not be around it at all. It's not okay to try to quit smoking pot, especially if you want to keep smoking it, and we hang out with friends that are smoking it, right? Alcoholics trying to quit drinking, go into a bar, good luck. Good luck. You're probably just a dry drunk. We need to understand why we have this addiction, usually to cope with our own emotions. So let's learn to do that on our own. Addictions aren't necessarily the problem. It's a symptom of another problem. You know, why am I doing drugs or alcohol or addicted to sex? And it's usually avoidant behavior, not learning how to cope with our own emotions and problems and manage stuff on our own. So we got to learn how to do that. Change your environment and scenery, big time. Make a huge change. Let's start changing everything, right? The more we change, the bigger the commitment, the more investment, okay? Let's not be around it, exposed to it. Let's come up with a plan. A plan, like not just going to stop, because we don't just stop addictions. Addictions take up a huge part of our life. Huge. Number one, remember, lots of space, lots of time. We have to replace that with something. Prisoners go to prison, very often have addictions. They can't do it in prison. They got to replace it with something. What do? They work out and get all huge, right? That's a great thing to replace addictions with. Takes up space, takes up time, and it's healthy. And as we quit our addiction and we work out and get in better shape, man, what a positive thing that we've done by quitting. See that? There's lots of specialists that can help you with this too. Good luck. Jennifer from United Kingdom. Hello, Jennifer. Could you say a few words on HSPs and how we sense negative energy so easily, like being without skin is something we are born with? I don't believe so. I'm not going to say everybody, but highly sensitive people, empaths, most introverts, type A personality is typically from child neglect. And that is something very hard to understand of our own childhood. It's one of the hardest things for me to point out to people. It's easy for me to point out. It's hard for them to see it, accept it. Remember what I said earlier in this video. If you haven't watched all of it, go back and watch it if you want to know the answer to this question. Our parents train us to be in tune with their emotions. Okay? And that makes us do that with other people. We also have been hurt, traumatized growing up. Makes us sensitive. Extra sensitive. Oh, you're so sensitive. Oh, you're so emotional. That's why. That's why. And I don't think it's something we're born with. But yes, some people can be. You know, there's lots of things out there that are genetics. And I can't say all. But that's my opinion, okay? Please keep asking me questions. Thank you for your question. Emily from Latvia. Hello, Emily. Million thanks for replying my question. This is so helpful. Good. Thanks for telling me. I have another question. What would be a healthy way to explain to kids that to drink alcohol every day is not normal? My kids visit my ex-covert narcissist who is alcoholic addict, and obviously our kids normalize something that their dad do. Very sad, but I cannot cut off completely kids from ex. Again, I thank you for your valuable time dedicated to this channel. Thank you very much again, Emily. So mom knows best, okay? I don't like to tell parents what to do, but if your children are going to continue to go over to their father's house, and I understand that's out of your control, if they're going to keep doing this, they need your help on how to navigate while they're over there. It's okay to talk about dad, and it's okay to talk about dad's illness and disorders. You do it in a nice, non-judgmental, compassion, loving way. The object is to help your kids understand how to navigate through dad making me feel bad. Dad does this. You try to help them and give them some advice on what to do. Okay, that's okay. It's also somewhat age appropriate, especially the drinking. A good way to help them understand that alcohol is bad is say, look what it does to your dad. Why not? That's not judgmental. That's not talking bad. Especially if you do it in a nice tone. Honey, do you see what the damages it does to your father? Right? If you want to use different examples and not your father, take them to other alcoholics. Show them diseased livers. Really show them the damage it does. Why not? As they get older, if they're too young now, you can take them to a hospital and show them real ones. Why not? Literally. You might be able to go to the hospital and see a diseased liver compared to a healthy one. Okay? Lots of information out there about alcoholism. Lots. So look it up, Emily. Okay, find out the disadvantages and the damages that are caused. Our neurons, our brain cells, right, have these little parts called dendrites, and they send and receive messages to other neurons. And this creates our neural pathway and our architecture of our brain. Very important. Okay? We need to send and receive messages quickly, and that's what our brain does efficiently to help us be better and better at what we're doing, to help us make better choices, to succeed, and to stay safe. Okay? Alcohol, they say it kills brain cells. Not necessarily. It's killing them, but what it does is it hits these dendrites, right? And it starts killing the dendrites and making them shorter and smaller. Do you see that? So now you have less space to receive and send messages. Alcohol will block these messages so you don't get them. Cannot keep yourself safe fast enough, cannot react fast enough. Alcohol is a depressant. It can stimulate you at first, but it's categorized as a depressant because that's the overall reaction of our bodies, of our central nervous system. It is extremely damaging. Not only that, it's extremely damaging and can be emotionally. We become dependent on things like this, okay? It causes anxiety, okay? Lots of damages that it can cause. Tell your children. Find ways to show them and explain to them. Maybe have somebody else. A lot of times as children, right, we don't want to listen to our parents. Get somebody else to. Have them in therapy. Have their therapist explain to them. But it is not a bad thing to point out all the bad things that's happening to Dad because he chooses to keep killing himself. Okay? That's not bad at all. That's called awareness, consciousness, understanding. Okay? Children need to learn, and we can't keep them safe by going like this. Right? Explain to them with love. Okay? Thank you, Emily. Good luck. Eva, please tell us your locations, everyone. Let us know where you are at. Thank you. I have anger for my lost childhood. Maybe am I another narcissist? In the last video, I explained how narcissists will have a lot of anger for their childhood or totally deny it and shut it off and say, no, I had a great childhood when they didn't. And it's more not accepting who they are. Everything that feels bad, I don't like, can't control, I don't accept it. It's not me, it's not me, it's not me. Okay, there's never one thing, Eva, that makes a narcissist a narcissist. I don't care what you say. I don't care if they're selfish, love selfies, if they're liars, if they're manipulators. There's not one thing that makes you a narcissist. You having anger for your lost childhood does not make you a narcissist. It means that you were neglected. That's it. Okay, Eva? I'm sorry it's so confusing, but I'm not telling you you're not a narcissist. I'm saying having anger for your lost childhood does not make you a narcissist. If you're really worried that you have a personality disorder, go see a mental health professional. That will tell you if you do or not, okay? Thank you. Okay. Teresa from Tennessee. Hello, Teresa. Do you think the bond that keeps you with a narc can also be like a parental bond? We the parent, them the child. Totally. If we are not healed from our childhood, it means we keep repeating it. Okay? We care for ourselves like our parents did until we learn to care for ourselves better. What I was saying earlier, I think I said it in part 1, maybe part 2. But raising a child, it's good for that child to be dependent on their parent. That's good. Let them be really dependent on us. Let them feel very secure that we'll always be there for them. Even unconditionally love that child. Okay? But when the parent is dependent on the child, it's extremely damaging. Does not form autonomy, okay, their self. And if we don't heal from that, we look to fulfill this void we have with someone else who depends on us. It's dependency. We need interdependency, okay, not codependency. So yeah, the bond, absolutely. And trauma bond and things like this is trauma that makes our hormones rise and fall like all other addictions do. That's what a bond is. It's an addiction, dependency. Okay, we should Our parents should never be dependent on us. Okay? And that's why we find people who are very dependent. Okay? Hope that makes sense. Please keep asking me if it doesn't. Thanks. Next one is from Michael. Please, everybody, tell us your locations. Tell us where you're from. I don't know how else to say it. I say it on every question. If you watch my video, if you watch it, maybe you guys don't. Some people don't even watch it. But you would know that I like locations, and I say it every question. It's in the comment section. Someone suggests that I put it on a triptych down here, but I don't want it to take your attention away. Just tell us your locations. Thanks. Do female narcissists hoover just as much as male narcissists? Well, I wouldn't know that. Wouldn't claim to know, right? I don't happen to know every single narcissist. I would have to know every narcissist and know what they do to know that. What I will say is men are typically physically aggressive. So you might find men stalking you physically more, showing up at your house more, banging on your door, stuff like this, right? Where you might find a female using their words, or maybe checking out your social media and stuff like this, sending you letters, sending you songs, right? Hope that makes sense. But I wouldn't know what sex hoovers more. Thanks for your question, though, Michael. Please tell us your locations next time. And Emily from, I don't know. Emily, next time, please ask me or tell me your locations. We'd like to know. What is your location, everyone? Please help. I live on a farm with my parents. My dad is a narcissist who screams at me when my mom gives me a hug and says that I may hurt my son when I have kids. My mom refuses to believe that there is anything wrong. Denial just ain't a river in Egypt, is it? I love that one. She says, because my dad loves me, it is impossible for him to hurt me in any way. So now you're learning that hurting you is love. That means they love you, right? Yeah. Just like the wife who says, well, my husband hits me. I know it's wrong, but I know he loves me when he does that. Because that's what I learned in childhood. My dad hit my mom. And they love each other. That's our example of love. This is awful. So damaging. So sick. It is impossible for him to hurt me in any way. And it is all in my head. The illusion, guys. The illusion. You're here for us, not for you. Don't be selfish. Bad, bad, bad. Be vulnerable all the time for us and be there for us. I tried to drown myself and told my mom, but she still, gosh, I'm sorry. But she still refuses to send me to a psychologist. My dad quit his job, so we don't have any money to pay for a psychologist. I can't leave because I have to help my parents on the farm. You don't have to do anything. Damn it. Damn it. You have to help your parents on the farm. Why? Or what? They have to sell it? Ooh, too bad. That's their choice, not yours. You start making your own choices and find out who you are and start giving yourself what you need, because the people that you're living with will never. And we need to accept that. Okay? This is awful, awful situation. I asked you if you could tell me your age, and I didn't hear back from you. I ask a lot of questions on these comments, and I most often never hear a reply. If you think about it, I'll go back and look if you can tell me your age. But I'm suggesting, you said I can't leave, not because you're too young to leave. You're under 18. It's you have to help my parents on the farm. You don't have to do anything. And I'm sorry your parents have ingrained that in you, that all that matters is what you do and not how you feel, that it feels so bad. Well, let me tell you, if I can reverse what your parents did to you, it doesn't matter what you do. It just matters how you feel about it, Emily. So staying on the farm and helping them feels really bad. And you don't have to do anything. But if you want to do something to make that stop feeling so bad, stop helping them. Your parents are extremely dependent on you, which is sad. And it's not allowed you to be there for yourself, just for them. And if you're over 18, you can see a psychologist on your own, okay? But if you can, let me know how old you are. I'd appreciate it. And I'm sorry, Emily, this is awful. This is you're living and you're buying into the illusion that your parents created for you, that you need to be there for them. And it's not true, okay? Your parents don't need a farm. If they own a farm, they can sell it and have money and live fine. How's that? They like the farm, they want the farm, let them have it, let them do it. We've got to make our own choices. We've got to be responsible for ours and not theirs. This is horrible, horrible parental programming that's caused an illusion and we're buying into it. And I'm so sorry. It's working for them, not for you. Okay? We need help big time, Emily. I can tell we need help. So don't let them stop you. I'm so sorry. Good luck. Jeez, that's the end of this video. Because I just don't have enough time. I only have 4 more questions. For the next one, sorry, I hope this isn't too frustrating for you guys to keep switching the videos. Thank you for doing it. Love yourself first, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.